Studios presents Common Censored. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Common Censored. I'm Lord Sterling.
It's your boy Truck Feet Dre.
And it is Monday. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays. You ever see that? Was that Office Space? Classic.
To be honest, bro, I never really could get into Office Space. It's like, yeah, I tried a couple times, but
understandable.
Yeah.
I believe you have my stapler, Mike Judge. Oh, speaking of Office Space, I got the Beavis and Butthead shirt on today. Yeah, fire. Damn it, Beavis. If you ever needs a voice replacement, just hit me up, Mike. Happy to take on the task. How's your week going so far, dude?
I was on the computer all day. I had to touch up my business plan and the business potential growth plan. And I've just been typing away most of the day.
Nice. I know how that is. Writing my book.
Yeah. No, it ain't nothing like that, bro. That's 1,700
I haven't written in
pages.
like a couple weeks. I've been a little bit stressed out trying to get this computer thing together, but I got it all together. So I'm going to be writing again probably tomorrow. I've got it updated to Windows 11 today. Holy hell, that was a process that would not be enviable. I had to go in and manipulate all kinds of lines of code, watching these tutorial videos and change like the style of my hard. It was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got some pretty good stuff going on today so far. We've seen a positive reaction in the markets as a result of Javier Milei winning the Argentina election. We have stocks and bonds skyrocketing in the wake of the victory, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Because I don't know if you know this, but Argentina used to be the richest country in the planet, basically in the top like 10 at least. And at the turn of the 20th century, they were exporting so many goods and just making so much money that there was a popular phrase where people would say, "as rich as an Argentine." Because Argentines were rich and it was well known, and they were an awesome free market economics country. But then in 1949, a horrible thing happened, and socialism, there was a socialist revolution, basically, and everything went to shit. You know, like President Trump says, everything woke goes to shit.
Most definitely.
Basically the same thing happening here. Trying to get this chart up to show you guys, but for a moment here, we'll read this article. This is Gateway Pundit. This is Paul Sarin. The market welcomes the pro-market elected president. For many months during the campaign, we had to put up with globalists of all stripes, warning anyone who'd listen about the danger of electing anarcho-capitalist Javier Milei to the presidency of Argentina. And this is fantastic for me because he identifies, to use the lefty word, as a anarcho-capitalist libertarian. That's his classification under the Nolan chart, which takes the left, right, and turns it into a more complex system that encompasses a whole variety of classifications. And so right in between anarchist and libertarian is anarcho-capitalist. And I'm at anarcho-capitalist just a little bit towards libertarian. So like minimum possible government intervention, just enough government so it's not anarchy, that government is able to preserve the rights of the individual, prevent monopolies in the markets, but to promote economic liberty and free markets. And it every time that it happens, and it's only happened a few times really, but it causes skyrockets in economic growth. And what's up, Jeannie on Rumble? Thanks for being here. Thanks everybody for being here. But yeah, it's just it's the best economic engine you can have, free market capitalism. So the anarcho-capitalist flag is black and yellow, and we're gonna have a video of a little bit of Milei showing his anarcho-capitalist flag, which is awesome. So he was elected president. However, after being warned about the dangers of electing him after his landslide victory. Oh, you guys.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I'll let you finish
the sentence. Today, investors are voting with their money, and the result is what we expected. Argentinian stocks and bonds are booming. This is exactly what happened when Trump was elected. Stocks skyrocketed, and then as soon as Biden won the election, everything tanked again because socialism fails and free market capitalism rules. All right, what were you going to say?
So it's amazing how Google is amazing. So, when you type in his name and you go to news, it says Javier Milei faces massive economic crisis, the total opposite of what's happening right now, right?
Yeah.
Argentina just had their Donald Trump moment. A self-described autocrat capitalist is elected for president of Argentina. Argentina is having a Donald Trump moment that could massively affect Argentina's economy. It's like everything that you see from our news is saying that this is a bad thing from Argentina.
Right.
I'm tired of this shit. Like, why don't you allow people to make their own opinions instead of just writing total bullshit? And they will never do it. They're never going to stop. These people they're insane.
Yeah, it's the controlled corporate media. They're inverting reality to try to scare everybody into submission, which is the game plan. And it's all lies, and you just have to, see through it. Once you pierce the veil, it's over for them. And that's where we're at right now, is this veil-piercing moment where everybody is starting to wake up. And you have people like, even like Cardi B saying she's not going to support Democrats, people who have been ardent leftists like Michael Rappaport, if it comes down to Trump and Biden, Trump's on the table, pig dick Donald Trump, as he keeps saying. Such a bastard. Definitely. But I find that chart, dude. Look at this position of Argentina in the ranking of, economics worldwide per capita, and from 1875 to 1947, they were in the top 10 countries worldwide for the most money per person, and they hit number one here at like 1890-ish. And we're in the top 10 this whole time. Richest in Argentine was the motto. The thing, everybody knew it. They were a shining beacon, an example of economic glory to the world. And then there's a constitutional reform of socialism in 1949, and just a steady progressive loss ever since. And this is exactly what you would expect to happen, because socialism stifles productivity. It becomes a cyclical leeching off of itself type thing, like a parasite that's designed to destroy economies and communities and countries. And it's exactly what you see in the numbers all around the world, except for China, basically, where it's like a fascist type thing. They have big corporations, like combining with, it's not like total regular communism. It's more fascist, in my opinion. But yeah, that's a horrifying chart right there. That should be a warning to everybody worldwide about the dangers of, socialism. And the markets are reacting to finally being released from the grip of that economic bondage. It's amazing, and it's something really inspiring to see happen. You mentioned that video of him calling people leftards, right? Yesterday.
My bad, bro. What'd you say, bro? I apologize.
Oh, I was just asking if you brought up that video where he called people leftards, right?
Yeah.
Let's play it because this guy's got me amped up today. I was reviewing some of this stuff, and it's so good. I remember seeing this months and months ago, but let's check it out.
Al zurdo de mierda no le podés dar ni un
Pero ¿me
milímetro.
podés definir zurdo de mierda? Que no
Todos
lo
los que,
entiendo?
digamos, los colectivistas, los que ponen, digamos, o sea, esa idea. A ver,
¿Por qué le pones de mierda, digamos?
porque son una
Because they
mierda.
are shit.
O sea,
Vos mezclás-
no,
Pero,
pero es que si pensás, pero si pensás distinto te van a aniquilar. Ese es
It'll
el
kill
punto.
you.
Es
This
decir,
is
vos
the
al
point.
zurdo no le podés dar un milímetro, porque le das un milímetro y lo toma para destrozarte. Es decir, digamos, o sea, vos no podés negociar con el zurdo. No se negocia. No se negocia con esa mierda, no se negocia porque te van a llevar puesto. Si tienen un golpeador que caga trompadas a la mujer, digamos, si es de ellos, ¿entendés? Se pone el pañuelito verde y grita todo el tiempo contra el neoliberalismo, lo ocultan. ¿Me entendés? O sea, si de repente hay alguien que acosó a un periodista que acosa a otra periodista, lo ocultan. Es decir, a todos los de ellos lo ocultan. Todas esas aberraciones la ocultan. Ahora, si vos estás del otro lado, a vos te van a estropear. Te van a matar, te van a dar con lo que sea. No les importa arruinarte la vida.
And this is exactly what we're seeing here. He's saying, if you're on the left and you're a molester or a wife beater, they'll protect you and they'll hide you. But if you're on the right, they will track you down and expose you and destroy you. And that's exactly what we're seeing in the U.S. right now. So this is not an isolated phenomenon of Argentina.
Worldwide. From Argentina
exactly.
to Germany to anywhere in Europe to the UK, everywhere you see, it's the same damn thing that's happening, bro.
Yep.
It's the same thing. It's not just in America. It's not just in Argentina. This is happening worldwide. And
they protect Joe Biden for the secret, the classified documents he has. They go after Trump for it. Same thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Well, I don't necessarily think they're protecting Joe Biden. I mean, President Obama was the first. President Obama was the first president to say that a vice president could therefore take classified documents and declassify them. So he's not necessarily protected. He was within the law that his president set forth for him. So I really can't be mad at him for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed what you said for a second there. I got distracted. Sorry. But should we jump back into this video for a minute here?
Yeah, let's go.
¿Por qué? Porque no pensás como ellos. Y ¿sabes qué es lo bueno de todo esto? Hay algo bueno en todo esto. Porque como el error es humano, como todos nos podemos equivocar, ¿sabes qué nos obligan? Nos obligan a ser mejores. Y como estamos siendo tan mejores que ellos, como los estamos aplastando en la batalla cultural, los estamos pasando de arriba, porque no solo le ganamos en lo productivo, somos superiores moralmente, somos superiores estéticamente, somos mejores en todo. Y les duele. Entonces, como no pueden pelear con las herramientas legítimas, se apalancan en el aparato represivo del Estado, poniendo dólares de guita para hacernos mierda. Y aún así no pueden. Tuvieron que bajar la nota. ¿Me entendés? Que están perdiendo. Están desesperados, están perdiendo la batalla cultural. Los zurdos de mierda, por primera vez se ven acorralados. Los zurdos de mierda.
He's right about everything. At least, that we're seeing here. It's just such a breath of fresh air. Did you see the video of him with the chainsaw and everything?
Nah, I didn't see the video of him with the chainsaw, bro. That's the first video. That's the first video I've seen right there. The one that you're playing.
Oh,
except
nice.
It was on. Is that on X too?
Oh
yeah, it is on X. Oh yeah, it's just blacked out. It kind of looks like Instagram, but yeah, it's X.
That one, that's Instagram. This one's also Instagram. Here, let's check this one out. This is him talking about the various departments in the government that he's gonna get rid of, toss them out. Afuera.
Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera. Aunque te resistas. Ministerio de Ciencia, Tecnología e Innovación, afuera. Ministerio de Trabajo, Empleo y Seguridad Social, afuera. Ministerio de Educación, Adoctrinamiento, afuera. Ministerio de Transporte, afuera. Ministerio de Salud, afuera. Ministerio de Desarrollo Social, afuera.
Se acabó el curro de la política. ¡Viva la libertad, carajo! Tipo y deporte. ¡Afuera!
Dude, so good. So good. That's what we need here too. Just go down the list like Vivek and Trump say, like Department of this, education gone. ATF gone. FBI gone. That's what I would do if I was president. That's what Ron Paul said he would do if he was president. Just basically eradicate the alphabet soup from hell and start fresh. We got to jump over here to Benny because he's got some really good videos here. He's got the chainsaw video and more.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. Breaking news on a Sunday night, and it is glorious news. The Donald Trump of Argentina has been elected president in a landslide. Javier Milei, the guy who wants to end the Federal Reserve, the guy who calls politicians and the political class parasites, the guy that said he wants to make it illegal to be a socialist in Argentina. This guy has won, and he didn't win by a little. He won by 55% of the vote, and they're still counting right now. He has received the concession phone call from the socialist that was running against him. Javier Milei, the Donald Trump of South America, has won, has shocked the world. This man will be the first anarcho-capitalist libertarian to ever be elected world leader of any country on planet Earth. This is earth-shattering. This news. This is a man who has regularly and consistently called the political class in his country parasites. Watch.
A ver, yo creo que el gran problema argentino es un problema cultural. Es decir, esta es una sociedad que está infectada de socialismo. Y lo que hay que lograr es sacar el socialismo de la cabeza de la gente, ¿sí? Y los principales promotores de estas ideas son los políticos. Te propongo que veas lo que fueron las declaraciones de Graciela Camaño. Se supone que uno de los mejores dirigentes de Argentina. ¿Sabes contra quién van? Contra los liberales. Porque los liberales somos los únicos que le enrostramos a los políticos que ellos no son la solución, que ellos son el problema. Los políticos son una suerte de sociópatas que quieren hacernos creer que nosotros somos inválidos mentales, inválidos en todo sentido, porque no podemos vivir si no fuera por ellos. En realidad, los que no pueden vivir sin nosotros son ellos. Es decir, si el país se separara entre los que producimos de un lado y del otro lado, queda la mierda de los políticos, los sindicalistas, todo este conjunto de parásitos se hunden, se mueren. Separemos la Argentina, en Argentina del Norte y Argentina del Sur.
Damn, you don't give a fuck.
A la parte más pobre del país, le dejamos vaca muerta a todo. Aun cuando se quedaran con todo, se van a hundir estas ratas porque no sirven para nada. En cambio, los que laburamos y sabemos ganarnos la vida, ¿sabes qué? Nos va a ir bien. Nosotros somos gente de bien, gente que labura, y no vivimos abogando por la envidia, el odio, el resentimiento, el robo, sí, el trato desigual frente a la ley, que es esa inmundicia de la justicia social, que es lo más injusto que existe, porque implica robarle a una persona el fruto de su trabajo para dárselo a quien a mí se me da la gana. Pero ¿de dónde salieron esta manga de sátrapa? ¿Sabes por qué? Porque además en todo ese proceso, no solo que destruyeron la economía,
They impoverished the people, and he's spot on, dude. Everything he's saying is spot on. I got this video over here from for some reason the video I was looking for is not actually in this Benny video. I'm confused. Oh, maybe it was from his live stream, but I'm just gonna go
with it. The man is inspiring new generation. Speaking of children, the man is inspiring just a new generation in Argentina. A beautiful, beautiful video that we saw this morning from
dude. This is so good.
Rally for him, a celebration rally for Milei. Here's a child crying with tears of joy, coming up there to meet with him and to thank him. Look at this. This is what hope looks like. That's hope.
This is what
I watched people do this with Donald Trump. I physically watched it. I was there in person, backstage, and on stage. This is the effect that that you could have when you talk to people about freeing them from tyranny and from slavery. And that's what these people are. These people they're slaves to a system, and it doesn't have to be this way. And for the first time in human history, an anarcho-capitalist libertarian who ran directly against the superstate socialism, the deep state of Argentina, won. Not just in Argentina, but won. This is the first time in world history that a man with that political classification is now a world leader. and I don't think it's going to be the last. Tucker Carlson has a wonderful interview. If you want to find out more about Javier Milei, the new president in Argentina, please go watch Tucker Carlson's interview with him. It is really exceptional and fascinating, and it might be the most watched interview in history. It has, I don't know, what's the view count on it? What's the view count on it, ALX? It's got like 500 million views on X.
Huge. And check this out. Here's the chainsaw video. This guy is the coolest, man. Bang, 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 bang. Madman.
So it's Thanksgiving this weekend.
Dude, so awesome. So good. And if anybody wants, there's a great interview with Tucker. He interviewed him a few months ago. It's on X. You guys can check it out if you want. 32 minutes long, episode 24 with Argentina's potential new president at the time, and the comeback, it's just ridiculous. The whole situation is so wild.
All right, calm down, mate. Not as if you just completed a stunning upset all the odds comeback to win a national election, is it? Wait, he did.
Javier Milei has promised a new dawn.
Almost 40 years of leftist rule finally abolished. Having lost the first round of voting, Javier Milei roared back to beat his opponent by more than 10%, completely confounding all the polls that said he would lose, leaving his rival supporters blubbering like Hillary Clinton voters in 2016.
Político, social y económico.
The media calls him a far-right outsider, yet Javier Milei calls himself a libertarian anarcho-capitalist. Those two things are quite distinctly not the same. Everyone calls him El Loco, the madman. Can't quite fathom why. His dead dog told him to run for president. The so-called Argentinian Trump has vowed to make Argentina great again. Base. And just like
he dances like Trump and everything, dude. So awesome. I don't mean to dwell on this topic forever, but this is really, really, really good news, and it could be a sign of things to come. You know, the libertarian populist wave is spreading around the world, and there is the anarcho-capitalist flag. Oh my God, dude! Never in a million years would I have thought that we'd see a president of a country holding up an anarcho-capitalist flag, which is the coolest thing I've ever seen, basically.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. But we've been on this topic for 23 minutes, my brother.
Yeah, let's jump over to in other news. What do you know about tigers? You know much about tigers? They are in India. They have a big problem with tigers in the jungle. They kill lots of people, like 60 people per year. So they started wearing masks on the back of their heads because tigers will attack from behind, and it fooled them for a while. But they're starting to figure it out apparently at this point. But as opposed to tigers, it turns out that cheetahs are super chill, which is not.
Cheetahs are actually very curious, and they're not dangerous to people.
So this dude has no idea this thing is in his backseat.
No, he's filming it. That's why he's not moving.
Is the rule don't move?
I think so, man. I think the move is don't move. You don't want to scare them. You don't want to go, hey, you don't want to do that and have them rip your face off. They don't have claws like a cat does. They're more like a dog.
Yeah.
You know, they're a weird animal. They're like a weird cat dog thing. You know, they're super, super fast. Can't believe how fast it is.
Good Lord.
A woman who worked on Game of Thrones. She was there on vacation and she got pulled out of her car.
That's right.
She rolled down the window to take a picture and the cat came and snatched her out of the car. There's cats out there, bro. What are you afraid of? Monsters in the dark. Those are cats, man. We got jacked by cats all the time.
I don't know about that.
So that's a little bit of fun. And check out what Vivek's up to. Apparently, he's multi-talented. He can run multi-billion-dollar corporations, and he can also play the piano. He looks a little rusty here, but this is proof he can do it. Let's reload.
It's very
Pretty badass. A little bit
Smart.
rusty. Yeah, he's really super smart, dude.
I can't play none of that shit. So I mean, he rusty, but I can't even attempt to do it. So
I feel you, man. I couldn't do it either. Not on piano, that's right, and probably not on guitar either. That's too many things going on all at once to play that. Unlike Tina S, who we watched playing that Beethoven sonata that one time. Let's check this out. We're over at Gateway Pundit. Was that a threat? Far left Democrat Dan Goldman says President Trump has to be eliminated.
That's okay. That sounds like a threat to me.
Yeah, former lead counsel in President Trump's first sham impeachment calls for his assassination potentially yesterday. Let's check out the video and see it for ourselves.
Also turn to.
He looks like a pedophile. I see why he wants him to
some of what the reporting has been around some of his conversations. Also, as we anticipate a year full of trials next year, I want to take a listen to part of a conversation that he had with ABC's Jonathan Karl about January 6th and get your thoughts on the other end.
Pedo face.
Yeah, that's pedo face.
Definitely alleged pedo face.
Allegedly.
You told them you were going to go up to the Capitol. Were you just?
I was going to, and the Secret Service said you can't. And then by the time I would have, and then when I got back, I wanted to go back. I was thinking about going back during the problem to stop the problem, doing it myself. Secret Service didn't like that idea too much. So what? I could have done that, and you know what? I would have been very well received.
So there's been so much speculation, contemplation, discussion of what Trump wanted to do, what he knew or didn't know. I mean, do you think as a prosecutor, former prosecutor, this is something that could be useful in the case against Trump? How will it be used?
How is that bad?
Well, I mean, look, he says I would be well received because he knows that the people who were there are his supporters who he riled up and incited to invade and riot at the Capitol and try to disrupt the proper counting of the Electoral College vote.
What do you mean when he said march peacefully and patriotically? Oh, yeah, that's really inciting and riling up.
Well, the whole thing basically about him saying, like, you know, he wanted to go back and stop the stuff that was going on. I mean, that's him admitting that he wanted to stop what was going on, not that he wanted to, you know, continue it and make it get worse. So I'm not.
Yep.
I don't understand how that's bad.
Yeah, these people are, you know, inverting reality. It's what they do.
Votes. So every time he talks, he's putting himself into a bigger criminal hole. But that's not his objective. His objective is purely political at this point.
Look at this Chucky doll from hell over here, Jen Psaki.
Politics don't work in a courtroom, as I think he's finding out in the New York Attorney General's case in New York, a civil case, and that's going to continue in his criminal trials. But his rhetoric is really getting dangerous, more and more dangerous. And we saw what happened on January 6th when he uses inflammatory rhetoric now, and his recent Truth Social post is incredibly, incredibly scary for anyone that might be trying to work in government. And it is just unquestionable at this point that man cannot see public office again. He is not only unfit, he is destructive to our democracy, and he has to be eliminated.
He's probably going to be destructive to you and your well-being as far as your pockets and how you guys do things.
Totally.
Mr. Goldman, I'm pretty
Mr.
sure that's
Goldman.
I'm pretty sure that's what you're worried about. Is you know, you'll probably be one of those representatives that he says, nah, you got to get out of here. You know, it sounds like you're tainted, just like the rest of them who are tainted. So we're not going to listen to you though. We still going to support President Trump, and you know, hopefully he isn't eliminated, as his word says, before the election, because you know, I got to be honest with y'all, man. I do not got a good feeling about him even being allowed in the election, bro. I really think they got something cooked up to where they're going to get him off the ballot, because right now the whole 14th Amendment can't be used because he's not running for president. He's just running for the Republican nomination. But as soon as he gets the nomination, they'll say, okay, well, now it could be used because he's running for president and he incited insurrection. So
well, he has filed the papers to run for president. It's just like the Republican nomination is just weeding out candidates to who the Republicans pick. So he is filed for president. They could be using it right now.
But what they're saying is right now, officially, nobody is running for president. People are just running either for the Democratic nomination or the Republican nomination. So, I mean, it does make a lot of sense that there hasn't been a candidate nominated from either or party. So he's literally running for the nomination. So as soon as he gets nominated, that's when I feel like they're going to pull the bullshit out of the woodworks, and it's going to be some people out on the streets who aren't going to be too happy about it. I can tell you that right now. And then they're going to say, well, this is all his fault too. Nah, it's your fault because you don't want to let us have our democratically elected official that we chose. You know, you want to take it from us, and that's what's going to piss a lot of people off. So
totally.
I hope that yeah. I mean, I hope that there's some type of evidence that he could present that will see him to the office. But bro, it just don't feel on a day-to-day basis. It just don't feel good.
I feel like it's scary, man. 2024 is like the make or break election for our republic as we know it. Basically, I was convinced that we were already done when during Obama's second term. I basically tuned out entirely. And it wasn't until Trump was elected that I was like, oh, something's happening. If he had lost in 2016, who knows if the U.S. would even exist right now? But that's the plan, basically, is to prevent him from running or take him out or something, and steal the election again and just lock us down forever, basically. And
it's a wrap. It's over.
Yeah. So this is like the final countdown. So we gotta protect Trump with everything we got
at all costs. And if they find some way to get him off, you know what I'm saying, we gotta fully get behind Vivek. It's just I don't believe the rest of America is gonna get behind Vivek. So we're pretty much fucked if Trump isn't elected president, bro. And that's just what it is. Like, y'all have to realize that if Trump is not elected as president, that we're fucked. It's over. The United States, the world as you know it, is over. It's a wrap. It's never going to be the same. It's done.
Yeah.
So and that's what's riding on the 2024 election. Yeah, we got you.
Yep. 100%. So let's jump over to our next story. Again, election related. Here we are over at the Gateway Pundit again. Arizona's Mohave County Board of Supervisors to vote to hand count ballots in 2024. This happened earlier today.
I was literally just watching that on the news.
Is that what's going on right now?
It's literally going on as we speak. Yes, sir.
Right, because it's not updated yet. So, yeah, this is mad sketchy. They're voting to decide if they're going to hand count ballots in 2024. And the questionably elected AG Kris Mayes has threatened criminal prosecutions if they vote to hand count, which is bullshit. It's the same thing that they did in the last era. We'll read it. They talk about it here. This is by Jordan Conradson.
Criminal. If you hand count, which is guaranteed, it's guaranteed a fix to those fictitious ass machines that are running on Windows 2000.
To XP. Oh my God, dude.
XP 2005. Outdated by 15, almost 20 years.
Not being patched anymore.
Yeah, so he wants them to go through these fictitious ass machines, which that shows you right then and there that it's bullshit, bro. They want the election to be stolen, bro.
Yep.
So instead of doing hand counts is literally if you have a Republican and a Democrat there watching and keeping count with people who are counting these ballots by hand, guarantee you the count is going to be real. But this guy's saying, no, I'll file criminal charges.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'll file criminal charges if they vote yes.
Yeah, and they've threatened this before. So this is written by Jordan Conradson, who's been an intrepid reporter for Gateway Pundit, down covering all the election stuff in Arizona, like a dog on a on a cat. You know what I mean? Just like rawr, for the past couple of years. He's done really good work. The Mohave County Board of Supervisors in Arizona is scheduled to vote today on an agenda item to, quote, approve and direct the Mohave County Elections Department to carry out hand tabulations of ballots for the 2024 elections. The agenda item packet includes a letter from Cary Lake attorney Brian Blame vowing to defend the decision and cover all legal expenses, a letter from Arizona State Senator Sonny Borelli, and a notification that the county has received, quote, written commitment covering the volunteers required to carry this out. However, Arizona Attorney General Kris Mayes, who stole her election by 280 votes, according to Gateway Pundit, allegedly sent a letter to the board yesterday threatening prosecution, quote, for conducting an illegal hand count, unquote, and labeling people advising this hand count as, quote, bad faith actors, unquote. They have the full letter available here with a link if you guys want to check it out.
Hey, let's see the letter. Let's click on the letter.
All right, let's do it. Boom. We have the letter.
So hand counts are illegal?
They can construe it as illegal if, like, basically the state legislatures have the authority to change elections, to control how elections are run and the dates that they're on and everything. Some certain states have delegated that authority to different bodies within the states. So there could be like a conflict where one body says one thing and then the state legislature says another thing. And they try to misconstrue it as being illegal. But I believe the Board of Supervisors are reps. So it should be, what they say kind of goes. I might be mistaken, but yeah, here's the letter. Goes on all about that. But let's jump back into the article because they do discuss the similarity of how this happened previously. As the Gateway Pundit previously reported, the Arizona legislature passed Senate Concurrent Resolution 1037, setting official requirements for the use of electronic voting machines in the state and banning the use of those made with foreign components. State Senator Sonny Borelli later fired off a letter to all Arizona county supervisors ordering their compliance with the lawful resolution. Banning foreign-made voting equipment from countries like China is just common sense, it states. The Article 1, Section 4 of the U.S. Constitution gives state legislatures, not rogue attorneys general, the power to decide the times, places, and manner of holding elections. Kris Mayes, the rogue attorney general, is abusing her legal authority to place county supervisors under duress and force a no vote. This is election interference. This is the same story as after the stolen midterm election when Katie Hobbs threatened to sue and press charges against county supervisors across Arizona who refused to certify a rigged election where 60% of the machines failed in the state's largest county by far. Quote, I vote aye under duress, declared Mohave County Supervisor Ron Gold when signing off on the stolen election. So they wanted to dispute the results, but were threatened with legal action and felonies by by Katie Hobbs, who stole the election and was in charge of the election, running the election at the time, and made herself governor, allegedly, in my opinion.
If y'all don't know who Katie Hobbs is, that's the one that works for the Sinaloa cartel. This is real facts. She's done dirty work for the Sinaloa cartel. She was buying properties and falsifying the deeds on these properties. She was falsifying documentation in order to get the loans for these properties and wash the money for the Sinaloa cartel. Also, she ran for governor and she did not do one political debate. Not one. She wouldn't face her opponent. She was scared to debate. Refused. How in the hell do you win an election and you don't have one political debate unless you President Trump? He don't got to debate nobody.
I know how.
President.
I know exactly how.
It's pure evil.
You know? Like what is going on with that? You know, she did the Biden thing and like campaigned from the basement effectively, but she actually didn't participate in any debates, so it was even worse than Biden, which is
at least he had the nuts to stand up and get demolished in front of Trump. At least he had the nuts to do that. This lady didn't even give, you know, Carrie Lake. She didn't even give her opponent the chance to rip her apart in front of the masses. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how in the hell she was voting in the office.
It's outrageous. It's completely outrageous. So yeah, I'm not sure if this has concluded yet or what the results are, but we will be keeping our eyes out for that as we go, and we'll keep everybody updated on that situation. In other news, there is a big new study that has come out backed by Oxford, which basically says that the COVID lockdowns, as we all knew, as common sense dictates, you know, basic logic and reasoning, that locking people down did nothing and proved no more effective than Sweden's approach, which was to not lock down anything and let people live their lives as usual, you know, like any free country would do.
Right.
So let's jump in here. This is by Jim Hoft, the founder of Gateway Pundit, who's an awesome reporter. I think it does really, really good work. Dr. Fauci, just looking at him makes me want to upchuck. A major study backed by Oxford University has suggested that strict COVID lockdowns were no more effective at reducing infections than the Swedish-style softer approach, which allowed more personal freedom and recommended rather than mandated behaviors aimed at reducing the transmission of the virus. This conclusion challenges the tyrannical lockdown adopted by many countries, including the US, during the COVID-19 pandemic. Why would they think that it would reduce symptoms or reduce anything? Think about this conceptually, all right? You got an open market. People can go in stores everywhere, wherever they want, do whatever they want. You close most stores down. You funnel everybody into Walmart and Target and these big places, bringing everybody together, putting them in closer proximity, making lines form, congesting everybody into small areas. That's how you cause viral spread. If anything, I would guess that the lockdowns, you know, made stuff worse, probably. Continuing here, while the U.S. shut down all commerce for years and destroyed the economy, you know, they're like, oh, you know, everything's failing because of COVID. Everything's failing because of COVID. No, it's failing because of the lockdowns, because of your artificial controls that you put in place under the guise of COVID, when really you just wanted to put hundreds of thousands of small businesses out of business, consolidate economic activity into giant corporations. It's the same. It's the same thing they did with the 1929 stock market crash that led to the Great Depression. The big banks put out marginal loans and they called them all back on the same day, causing bank runs, putting tons of banks out of business, putting tons of businesses out of business, and consolidating economic activity into a series of growing behemoths. We've just seen. Go ahead.
I believe that the COVID lockdowns was like the first step into them eliminating the dollar and crashing our economy. I believe that this played into their hand. Allegedly, we're not saying that this is fact, but what we are saying is we could clearly see the aftermath of what happened with COVID. There was a lot of money that was printed. There was a fake economic bubble that presented itself to make people think that the economy was okay because everybody was at home on their couch ordering shit from Amazon, and that's not the case. The roosters came home, the chickens came home in the roost, and what is happening now is the economy is saying, okay, we printed all this money. Now we're gonna have hyperinflation because we need that money back.
Yeah,
that's basically what's happening right now. You know,
yeah, you
that's
print a
basically
ton
what's
of
happening right
money, you get the immediate benefit of the value of the dollar injected into the economy, which superheats it. But then it once the immediate effects wear off, it weakens every dollar in the system, causing a crash worse than ever, which is the boom and bust cycle of Keynesian economics, and which just destroys economies over time, just getting lower and lower, like we saw with in that chart with the Argentinian thing. But the point of this was to intentionally create a dollar collapse to push for CBDCs, and then they could blame COVID when it was their intent the entire time to destroy the dollar. You know, I've been predicting dollar destruction for forever, basically, since 2008, when I found out about Peter Schiff, who accurately predicted the 2008 crash back in like 2001 and was laughed at on all the news channels as he predicted it. We've got 10 people watching on YouTube, 12 watching on Rumble. Thanks to everybody for being here. It's a little bit hard to follow the chat on Rumble because it's not integrated in StreamYard. You guys need to integrate the chat, but we appreciate everybody being here. Alicia, Mandy, Alpha Boss.
Go ahead. No, it's not all your fault, bro. My energy is kind of low today. Like, you know, no excuses, but I was working on the business plan all day today, so I apologize. I haven't been keeping up with pretty much nothing. But
no worries,
you know, I got to
no
do
worries, dude.
Keeping up with the comments.
It's all good. So yeah, while the U.S. shut down all commerce for years and destroyed the economy, Sweden took a different approach on the first wave of COVID than most other countries and just allowed the China coronavirus to run its course. Instead of shutting down the businesses, the government relied on voluntary measures and recommendations to slow the spread of the virus. Voluntarism is the way to go. That is the libertarian way. You cannot force people to do stuff and violate their rights. Voluntary action is what is required. These measures included social distancing, working from home, as everybody knows.
Right.
However, data indicates there are
more than 50 people.
no material differences in fatalities between the three countries. In fact, COVID numbers are dropping significantly in Sweden. This leads the casual observer to question why the U.S. is killing its economy, to usher in a digital currency that can be integrated globally and bring about global communism. Basically, that's they want to take that Argentinian model, you know, where everything's good and they institute socialism worldwide. They want to crash the economy worldwide, shut down the resources, and kill 90% of the population. Basically, sorry to scare everybody.
You know what's so funny is, bro. So on the military now, specifically the Army, on their recruiting pamphlet, they have, you know, the new recruiting pamphlet that's coming out, and it's a poster, and they're asking their soldiers that they kicked out of the military, giving them dishonorable discharges, the ones that they kicked out for not taking the jab, they're asking them to come back now.
Oh wow!
They're begging them. They missed.
No shame.
They missed. Yeah, they missed the recruitment goal by 22%. 22. That's just in the United States Army. That's not including the Navy, the Marines. They haven't came out with those numbers yet. This is just talking about the United States Army. 22%. And now they're begging the people that they fucking kicked out, fucked off. They lost their VA. They lost their pension. They lost everything because they wouldn't take the jab. And now they're fucking begging them to come back. How about that?
Yeah,
this shit is crazy.
Man.
That's God for you. That's God for you. When you do something against the people like that, God don't like when you fuck with his children. You know what I'm saying? He don't like that.
Sure.
So all of this is the backslap of God coming back to hunt you idiots. That's what this is.
I hope it's a hard slap too. You know what I mean? In additional news, we have an update with Lara Logan, and she has released part 3 of her expose on Ray Epps, Fedsurrection Part 3, which features Jim Hoft from Gateway Pundit and a new video of Ray Epps in likely criminal act. Let's see what's going on here. Lara Logan released the latest episode of her amazing series, Fedsurrection Part 3, on January 6th, and Ray Epps, the
direction.
yeah, that's a good one. The Gateway Pundit's Jim Hoff is featured prominently in this latest episode, and Jim Hoff gives a special shout out to the Gateway Pundit for their integrity, kindness, and generosity in assisting the January 6th political prisoners. This was the third episode. The entire collection is posted on Truth in Media, her website over here. If you guys want to check it out, truthinmedia.com. You can watch all of the episodes in full. But she's continued to ask the question, why was Ray Epps treated as a victim by the same people who condemned almost everyone as a threat? Like Raskin in those hearings saying, why are you focused on Ray Epps? Why are you attacking your own people? You're going to need every one of your own people for voting. But she answers some lingering questions about the election-denying Donald Trump supporter the media and government didn't seem to hate. Today, she shows never-before-seen footage and evidence of a past crime by Ray Epps that was glossed over by Liz Cheney and her shameful J6 committee. Lara Logan and Jim Hoff. Yeah. We're going to go in the Capitol. Logan and Hoff discussed the, quote, criminal act, unquote, that sent at least 8 Trump supporters to prison. 8 Trump supporters are serving time today for touching a giant Trump sign that was moving towards police. But for some reason, Ray Epps was not charged with this, quote, crime, unquote, despite pushing the sign directly at police and then pushing the crowd as the sign moved towards the police line. Anyone who touched the sign, quote, an enormous battering ram, unquote, according to prosecutors, was denied bond and subjected to lengthy prison sentences. And here's Ray Epps touching the sign, allegedly, even though it's on video.
Hold on. They called that an enormous battering ram. Are they fucking serious? A battering ram has at least has to be turned towards you, not like this, okay? The battering ram looks like this. It doesn't look like that. That looks like plastic tubing around that.
Yeah, they must be talking about this plastic frame. Which, when I think battering ram, I think cylinder with spikes on the end. Boom! Blasting through stuff. Obviously we're not condoning violence against police or hitting them with a sign, but
there's a barricade
a battering ram.
How the fuck is that plastic tubing gonna do anything to the barricade they already had in front of them, bro? I don't know, man. I don't know. This shit is retarded.
So these are the people here that have been convicted for this battering with a ram.
And I want to ask y'all: do those people really look like they're criminals who deserve to do at least 10 years in prison? Do any of those people look like they deserve to be in prison? Like, just look at the picture from top to bottom, from left to right. Do any of those people look like hardened criminals, bro? This is
so
sad,
man.
It is, bro. Like, their whole entire lives have just been ripped from them, bro. Just been ripped from them and thrown in prison, bro. For what? Why? We've seen worse. We've seen worse at the Palestine. I'm gonna call them what they are, at the Palestine riots. Those were riots. We have seen worse. Literally, we've seen people take red paint and dip their hands in paint and put their hands on the bricks of the White House gate. That's defacing government property. You could be in prison for up to 7 years for that, bro. We've seen people spray paint monuments. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
I told y'all I lived in Beaverton, Oregon. I was 15 minutes outside of downtown Portland, bro. They demolished the whole fucking city. The whole city of downtown Portland is demolished. Business owners had to leave. There's still businesses that are boarded up to this fucking day, and none of them people went to prison. Why?
3 people were killed in the chop, right? Was it or maybe 1? I don't remember. There was people died in the chop.
It was multiple motherfuckers who got shot during what they called protest. It was multiple people who got shot. Yeah, bro, it wasn't just 3. It was multiple motherfuckers who got shot to death.
Yeah, so ridiculous. Shooting at vehicles and all kinds of crazy stuff.
But it's not only that though. their criminals were emboldened to go do shit on the streets because they knew the police were all tied up with the protests downtown. So you got to realize this is the butterfly effect. How many people do you think that went out there and committed robberies or gangs who went out and committed shootings or murders because they knew the police was tied up downtown Portland?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Totally.
It all plays
butterfly effect.
Yeah, bro. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
And so among all the new footage that's coming out, this particular shot right here is not new, but there's additional corroborating evidence that the Capitol Police began firing tear gas, rubber pellets, flashbangs at the crowd, peaceful crowd who weren't doing anything like this. This was an example from years ago.
I seen that video that you was talking about, bro, of the guy who had his damn tooth blown through his cheek.
Yeah.
Oh my
Boom.
God. Ooh.
Just tossing them into innocent crowd. Like, these people aren't doing anything. They're just literally standing there.
Flashbangs into the crowd.
Look, you can see it flying through the air. Flying through the air right around here.
Holy shit,
lobbing them
bro.
into peaceful crowds, peppering people with rubber bullets. These people are just standing there, dude. They're not doing anything violent. They're instigating the crowd because they wanted a reaction to push, to get their solution, which is insurrection. Their solution, to prevent Donald Trump from being able to question the election. It's the problem, reaction, solution paradigm. Classic tactic that they use for this type of thing, and it's disgusting. So yeah, go to truthandmedia.com, check out Lara Logan's work, and watch this new episode for yourself to get all the new details. Also, Benny Johnson's show earlier today was covering a lot of the new footage that's coming out. Them bringing people in handcuffed and MAGA gear, and then uncuffing them and fist bumping and chatting, and clearly what looks to be feds that had infiltrated the group. And like in Donnie Brasco, you ever see that movie, Donnie Brasco?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, Donnie is a cop. He goes undercover, infiltrates the mob. It becomes good friends with Lefty, who played by Al Pacino, and this is all a true story. And then at the end, they bust everybody, and Donnie Brasco gets taken out in cuffs, like pretending to fight, and he's one of the guys. They take you out in cuffs and then take the cuffs off you to make it look like to the people you're setting up that you're still one of them. And even after it came out that Donnie Brasco was a Fed, or was a cop and all this, the mobsters wouldn't believe it. Donnie, no way. He's one of us. Don't believe these lies about Donnie. So that's basically what we see happening here. These infiltrators in the crowd, they get pulled off in cuffs, which means that they were doing something illegal. They got arrested, and then they got pulled inside and let out. And what these people keep telling us, Christopher Wray and everything. Oh, if you're suggesting that we had agents instigating violence or doing illegal acts, who caused this, sparked this, that's just a total lie. Whereas we have video of body cam footage from cops saying, get up there, go inside, pushing the crowd to commit illegal acts. Then we have video of infiltrators arrested, brought inside, uncuffed. It's just ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
But,
oh yeah, Mama said that Lou's video got taken down for showing this. Well,
no
Mama,
way.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else YouTube wants us to do. We give them disclaimers. We don't incite violence. We don't give medical or financial information. We only speak what we feel, and we have sources to back up what we're saying. So I don't know what else we could do with YouTube. We're not about to continue to fucking worry about them, and not to cuss at you, Mama, but we're just saying, like, we're not about to continue to fucking worry about what they're going to do to censor us. We already know they're going to censor people like us. That's why we desperately beg each and every one of you to go to our Rumble, click on that, share, stop sharing the YouTube links. Forget the YouTube links, just share the Rumble links, because we know eventually that people like us aren't going to be able to even stream on YouTube, especially with the new FCC ruling that just came out on November 15th of this year, which was not too long ago. The FCC has officially taken control of internet neutrality. So anything that you say basically against a group of people that is perceived in a threatening manner by the FCC, you could be punished for that and possibly kicked off of the internet. That's the new ruling. So we know that we don't have much longer to even put out this type of content unless you're on a platform like Rumble, because they're not going to allow that bullshit. So we definitely got to switch up our game and go from YouTube and straight to Rumble. But for right now, most of our subscribers are on YouTube. That's what we started on, and we try to put out our content and start on YouTube and then switch over to Rumble, but I'm pretty sure YouTube doesn't like that either. So it's just, we're backed into a corner. This is all
power
we can do.
through.
We just got to push through.
Yep, and our friend Jeannie is reminding us there's also a good site
belonging
to Jake Lang, one of the political prisoners currently in prison, who hosts a podcast from prison and has done a documentary about all of this. j6truth.com. Check it out. Let's watch the trailer for this. How about it?
Me too.
Actually, this is the you should definitely go watch this. We'll watch a couple seconds of it.
As of today, we're going to announce a first-in-the-nation measure on help
Hey, Little
vaccine mandate.
Their whole purpose throughout history has been to teach a small number of people how to become adept at controlling everyone else.
We got attacked by China, and they flipped the selection.
Joe Biden is destroying America. Empty shells left and right.
Washington is being turned into a fortress.
Vaccines will be available for children from 5 to 11.
Welcome! You know, the mandates are one of the reasons you can't get anybody to work for you. It's going to destroy the American economy. 15,000 fully armed members of the National Guard have been called out to face them. Stop the steal.
The Biden regime wants to shut down more pipelines.
It's the 196th country on Earth for keeping track. It's called Chaz.
Our whole life is about choice. We live in a free country to choose on what we want to do and what we choose to do. Get out of this property immediately. Get out.
So don't need anybody's permission.
What is a woman? Did you tell me that? Did you say free fries when you get vaccinated?
Dude, that's so
Fucking clown. What a fucking clown. What a clown. Are you
your
fucking
health
serious?
for some free fries? Like, you could.
Are you fucking serious?
Like, oh my God. Oh man. Did you see that the Supreme Court turned down Derek Chauvin, his attempt to try to appeal his conviction over the George Floyd death? Did you hear about that?
Do you really think that city is going to pay back $33 million? Do you really think that
but it's the Supreme Court? It's like a major letdown.
Bro,
the Supreme Court, you know,
bro. Do you really think that the Supreme Court is going to hold that state liable and pay and have them pay back? Do you really think that that's going to happen? You think they're going to hold that family liable to pay back that $33 million? That money is fucking pure. Half of it's probably gone. I mean, they're not going to do that, bro. They're not going to rule in favor of that, bro. Like, unfortunately, all the man had to do is remove his knee from where it was, bro, and he could have been in a better situation. But unfortunately, he didn't, man. And it's sad, you know. But it just is what it is, bro. But I mean, Mr. Chauvin does have quite a history besides for what he did.
For sure. And I'm definitely not justifying any violence, but there are some interesting circumstances, like the coroner report saying that George Floyd had a more than lethal dose of fentanyl in his system.
Now, he did fentanyl, meth,
all kinds of
THC, alcohol. He was, what Mike F say, I'm on syrup. pills, Hennessy, vodka. I'm on everything. Yeah,
I'm on everything.
Hey, Mr. Floyd, he was literally on everything. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
And yeah, bro. So hey, man, it's people.
They had him like halfway in the car too, and he was like, let me lie down. I gotta lie down. He asked to be in that position. It sucks. The whole thing is just unfortunate. Obviously Chauvin has a checkered history, but I believe he overdosed, and apparently information was not shown to the jury regarding the overdose, and so it would. I just wish that he had the opportunity to appeal it. It sucks. It's a letdown of, Trump picked some shitty people to be on the Supreme Court, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
I just hope that they help him out. I hope that they remember that he picked him.
For sure.
That's the only thing I hope.
Sure. He's going to need the help potentially.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hope. That's the only thing. Oh shit, the screen door been open. I think some of the neighbors is going to hate me. I don't give a fuck.
Hopefully not. Yeah, I'm sure. this will attract some lefty hate for sure.
Bro, I live in Scottsdale, Arizona. There's not many Republicans in this neighborhood.
Oh wow, really? Damn.
Yeah.
I would have thought. I don't know anything about. I've heard it's beautiful out there though.
It is beautiful, but I mean, overall, Arizona is a Republican state. Let's not forget that. John McCain, John McCain was, even though he was a rhino, but this is a Republican state. But in my neighborhood, not so much. Not so much.
Not so much. That sucks. I live in the middle of the ocean, basically. That's how blue it is here, like in Connecticut. I mean, like you see Trump signs and stuff, but like everything, all the votes end up going blue because they just put our votes into black boxes and you can't prove anything, Let's jump to this next story. Vivek Ramaswamy slams racist Donna Brazil for intentionally mispronouncing.
Oh yeah, she was making fun of her name, Ramaswamy. Like, and if somebody did that to her, like we all know what would happen.
Yeah, they would
freedom loving America
in arms about it.
Americans all across the United States are using the Vanish holster, the world's most comfortable holster.
And Vivek needs to just
totally right.
And Vivek needs to just shut the hell up and go home. I'm tired.
She also mispronounced his first name. It's not Vivek. It's Vivek. Like
Vivek.
We all hate Vivek. Okay. It's
we all hate Vivek.
Well, whatever. Vivek.
Whatever. Would you say that about?
I do not like Bill Maher. He's a TDS riddled douchebag, but I will give him credit for sticking up from there.
He most definitely did.
Yeah, and he's been speaking out against the woke stuff lately. It's like he's beginning the transformation of awakening, but you can tell by his show, he gets his news from mainstream sources and like still buys into all of the Trump lies, like find people on both sides where, like we know he said, oh, the white supremacists should be condemned completely.
Well, also, Mr. Maher is he is of the Jewish faith, and so all of this shit that he is seeing from the left, that is basically hate speech against the Jewish faith and the people of Israel. He's not feeling that shit at all, and this is one thing that's going to play against it. This is one thing that's going to play against the Democrats, bro. There's going to be
like the Red Sea for a Jewish
joke. Believe it or not. There is a lot of Jewish brothers and sisters that voted blue that are not going to vote blue this election. They might not vote for Donald Trump. They might not even fucking vote at all. They just lost a lot of money. This is going to lose them a lot of money. Look at how many of our educational institutions and colleges that are losing donors. They're saying, no, we're not going to. Harvard, Stanford, UC Berkeley, University of Pennsylvania, well, Penn State as we know it. A lot of UCLA, a lot of big name universities are losing money because
Harvard,
too. Well, I said.
Okay. You might have. I was looking at the comments for a second.
Okay, but a lot of our institutions of higher learning are losing donors, and that is going to reflect in this coming up election, bro. Those people are not going to forget this. They're not gonna forget this, bro. Those people ripping down posters and all of that sick shit that they doing, killing a guy with the loud megaphone, hitting him over his head in California, bro.
Right.
They're not gonna forget this. They're not. There's gonna be a lot of people that voted blue that are Jewish that are gonna vote fucking red. You bet your money on it. Guarantee it.
Guaranteed. And I think before we continue this video with Donna Brazil acting a fool, we should shut off ScrewTube and encourage our friends over here to join us on Rumble. Alicia, Edward, Mandy, Little Wing, Mama Mac. Thank you guys so much for being here and supporting us. If you would transition to Rumble with us to continue, we will love you even more. We'll be your best friend, to use an emotional blackmail. I just dropped the link in the chat. My mom, I remember when I was growing up, my mom saying, never listen if someone says, I'll be your best friend. They're manipulating you. So join us if you would over on Rumble. I dropped the link in the chat, and we will close out on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. If you can't join us, we're sad, but maybe you can make it over the next time. But I know all of you want to join, so I want to see the numbers jump on Rumble by 15. We will shut down YouTube right now. Later, ScrewTube.